Hey, welcome everybody to Winner in the Mailman. Tonight we are bringing in another state champion wrestler, Steven Menke from Bridgeport. Steven, do you prefer to be called Steven or Steve or?
You can call me Steve if you want.
Well, you're the state champion, man. I'm going to call you anything you want me to call you.
It doesn't matter to me.
Anyway,
all sorts of nicknames.
Anyway, congratulations, Steven. We've been waiting to get you on here, and we followed you all through districts and state. And first of all, congratulations on the win. I mean, that's a huge deal. Something not very many kids get to experience in their lives. You were able to do it your senior year and get it done. And hey, walk us through the experience, man. What was it like?
It was just it was amazing. Like, I knew I couldn't out-muscle them, so I knew I had to out-technique them. So I just went out and did my thing and did what I knew how I could do.
And, the wrestling the competition you wrestled this season, did you wrestle more C and B type kids, or did you wrestle a pretty good Class D schedule?
We wrestled a pretty good Class D schedule. There were some tournaments that we went to that there was like Class C and D, or C and B. And my only 2 losses this year were from people that were Class C and B.
That's where that question came from. I was like, how much did that help you wrestling those, upper class guys, helping you when you got down there, knowing that, hey, man, I wrestled some of the best around here. I'm ready for whatever they got to throw at me down there.
I love the competition from Class C and B because, in my opinion, there wasn't really a lot of competition in Class D around the Panhandle. Yeah. So getting to wrestle the bigger schools and the more technique schools, it helped me a lot.
So going to state for a second. So you're making it into the finals. So what are you thinking, obviously, before your final match as you're walking in?
I was just super nervous. Like, right before the match, like when we were warming up, I actually puked because I was so nervous.
That's a wrestler thing, man. Trust me. That's definitely a wrestler thing.
Well, then me and my coach, Tony, we prayed right before my match. And then as soon as I started walking out and I actually got onto the mat, all that just went away.
Yeah. And that's, that's a pretty good point that he makes there. I mean, it's like in anything. I mean, the competition, it's something that you do. It's something that you've done all year. You got to get those initial jitters out and those initial butterflies out. But once you hit that mat and you've already taken in what's around you and you step on the mat, it's just another match, right?
Yep.
Wait, after you won, I don't remember because I know a lot of wrestlers doing this. Did you jump into one of your coach's arms?
Actually, that was my semifinals match. Okay. I got really excited because it was my first time ever making it to finals, and I just couldn't hold back. I was actually gonna go pick up my little coach, but he's 60 or 70 something years old. But I didn't want to hurt him, so I jumped in my other coach's arms.
So I know backflips and jumping into people coaches' arms were the thing that.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like I was seeing backflips everywhere. I mean, describe the feeling. I mean, obviously you've seen it in the past. You've seen it up till this year. The fanfare and the parade of champions. I mean, explain to people who might not understand what that's like, going through that. I mean, how jacked up do you get when you're going through that?
Oh, the parade of champions, man, that's a whole different feeling. Like when you go out there and see that there's only so many more kids left in the tournament and they're all in finals, it jacks you up.
Yeah, I mean, I know when I was coming up, I missed both years in the semifinals. Same guy. I mean, same guy beat me both years in the semifinals, and I was there. So I didn't get a chance to experience Parade of Champions, but obviously I was in the stands watching, and even sitting up there as a wrestler, it moved me to tears because I mean, it's just one of the neatest things. It's by far one of the coolest things in any kind of state activity that they do.
Yeah.
So I know I asked you this over the phone that one day, but like we were talking before, I think the adrenaline was just still going, so I got very short answers out of you. So how do you feel about being able to do this in your final year in high school?
Oh, it was amazing. Like, so for some reason, when I was little, I always said that I would go win state my senior year because I knew I couldn't do it freshman through sophomore year. And just like the thought of me saying it all my life and it finally coming true, it was amazing.
Talk a little bit about your coaches. I mean, you talked about Coach McGrath. I've known Tony a long time. I've known your coaches, and tell me how big of a support system those guys were in helping you to get to that final match.
So me and Tony, right, we really didn't talk until like after my match, and he would give me like pointers, like you can do this better or this better or this better. But Coach Johnson, he would like on the way to the tournament, we would talk about like who I had and like what they would do. And I would ask him if he's ever watched this kid or this kid or this kid, like that are in my bracket. I don't know if I'm going to wrestle them or not, but we'll still talk about those kids.
Sure.
And it's just like amazing to have that kind of coaching system that you can like talk. It's kind of like a father and son relationship, I would say. Because like I can talk to him about anything and he won't like judge or anything. And it's just amazing.
Well, it seems like Coach Johnson's been around forever. I mean,
I know he was around, I think since 77 or 78.
I think his previous said 30 years.
yeah, he's been coaching since I was wrestling for Mitchell. I always talk to wrestlers about the guys in the wrestling room that helped you get where you're going, and your practice partners and stuff like that, the guys that beat up on you in the mat room, and kind of walk me through that one, because
Let's not forget he had Jersey too.
yeah.
So over the years, I've had a couple. Like there's been like Trevor Widener or Damian Bell or Josh Warren, the one that passed away in the car wreck.
Yeah.
There's also Curtis Jackson. He was my practice partner for the past 2 years. And like
I secretly call him 50 Cent.
Yeah. That's what everyone calls him.
Okay, so it's not a secret.
Like in practice, we will like you'll see us going hard. Like, especially when it comes to districts, like beginning of the year, we'll like mess around because like it's just the beginning. But like once it comes to like district and state time, you will see us like busting butts. It's awesome. And then Jersey. Oh no.
Oh no.
Me and her, like my sophomore year, when we still had Zach Malcolm for coach, we would go at it. It was always fun. And she, like, her wrestling me and me wrestling her, we would get each other better. And then, like, seeing her win a state championship just made me want to win one even more.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, iron sharpens iron. I'm sure that those guys around you, they've got to have a little bit of a sense of pride in them too, to, hey, we helped him get there, and, he got it, and we're proud of him. And so, it's kind of like quarterbacking his lineman, man. You got to take care of the boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't say that I won a state championship by myself.
Yeah.
They helped me over the past 4 years get it. So, like, they're a big key in my success.
So, should we ask him what's going on for the future?
I mean, he and I already talked about it a little bit before you got
Well,
here.
let's talk a little bit about it. I mean, now we're rolling.
So, like, there's a few colleges looking at me. I might go to Virginia to wrestle. There's an upcoming like program. It's like a JUCO, like a club JUCO.
Okay.
And they have some really good coaches. Or there's also like Concordia University.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet. All I know is I want to be a welder.
Hey, a trade, the trade business right now is huge. They always need guys like that. to go there, why not go get a little bit of education alongside of it and do it? And hey, there's nothing wrong with it. And I know
So you graduate next week,
Hopefully.
hopefully. So let's say you do. So what are you gonna do up until, obviously, you would start school again?
So I actually just applied for this summer temp job up in Gearing.
Okay.
So I would go work there until I pick a school and then go to school.
Well, yeah, you know, are you gonna pick up any welding around here? You think you can get a little apprenticeship or anything going on?
I mean, I'm hoping if the whole summer temp job falls through, I'm gonna see what's out there.
Hey, why not, right? Well, buddy, Steven, thank you so much. We had a great time talking with you, and I'm sure now that we know our connection, that we're gonna be talking a whole lot more here in the future, you and I, anyway. And hey, at least I got somebody now I can talk wrestling with, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I enjoy that. But like I said, we watched you pretty closely throughout districts and state, you know, throughout the season and stuff like that. We can't say how proud we are of you, man. We're so proud of what you accomplished this year, and to see you send off your senior year with a state championship. That's awesome, buddy.
Well, thank you. Now we just have to wait for my little sister to go win one.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, well, that's it for us.
That's it for us. Yep.
For more sports coverage, you can go to star-herald.com, or you can pick up a print edition wherever you can find them. And we will see you all next week.
And log in and check out Steven.